Imagine a world where it's raining all the time. Well, not just raining, but completely covered in water. Welcome to K2-18b, an exoplanet that's over twice the size of Earth and 8 times its mass. Now you might be wondering, what exactly is an exoplanet? Great question. Exoplanets, or extrasolar planets, are planets that orbit stars outside of our own solar system. Scientists have discovered thousands of these celestial bodies, each unique in its own way. And they find these distant worlds using a variety of methods, like observing the dimming of a star's light as a planet passes in front of it, or detecting the slight wobble a planet causes in its host star's motion. Among this vast cosmic collection, K2-18b stands out, and here's why. First off, it's a super-Earth. That's a type of exoplanet with a mass and size greater than Earth's, but less than that of our solar system's gas giants. As we've already mentioned, K2-18b is over twice the size of Earth and carries 8 times its mass. That's like taking Earth, doubling it, and then adding a bit more for good measure. But size and mass aren't the only things that make K2-18b special. This exoplanet is also located in its star's habitable zone, often called the Goldilocks zone. This is the just right region around a star where conditions could be perfect for liquid water to exist on a planet's surface, and water, as we know, is a key ingredient for life as we understand it. Now here's the real kicker. Scientists believe that K2-18b could be completely covered in water. That's right, an entire world of oceans, seas, and constant rain. In other words, a water world. So how about we dive deeper into this fascinating exoplanet, pun intended. Okay, so we know K2-18b is big and potentially wet, but what does a water world really look like? Imagine a planet where oceans aren't just a feature, but the entire landscape. This is the concept of a water world. Unlike Earth with its diverse range of landscapes, mountains, deserts, forests, and yes, oceans, a water world like K2-18b is completely covered in water. We're not just talking about a planet with more oceans than land, we mean no land at all. Quite the sea change, wouldn't you say? Now, you might be wondering what conditions could possibly lead to such a planet. Firstly, it's all about location. Just like in real estate, a planet's position in relation to its star, or in this case its red dwarf star, plays a significant role. If a planet is too close, it's too hot. Too far, it's too cold. But find that sweet spot, the Goldilocks zone, where conditions are just right and you've got the potential for a water world. But it's not just about distance. Atmospheric conditions are also crucial. K2-18b, for instance, has an atmosphere rich in hydrogen, which interacts with the high pressures and temperatures in the planet's interior to produce water, and lots of it. Then there's the matter of planetary composition. A water world, unsurprisingly, needs to have a lot of water, but it also needs to lack the kind of rocky materials that would form continents and islands on Earth. In the case of K2-18b, scientists believe the planet is composed largely of water, with a small rocky core. Now, isn't it fascinating to think about a world where you'd need a boat rather than a car to get around, but how could we possibly know all this? You might be wondering, how do we even know all these about a planet that's over 110 light-years away? Well, let me take you through an exciting journey of scientific discovery and innovation. Our first stop is the transit method. This is one of the most commonly used techniques to detect distant exoplanets. Picture a planet moving in front of its star from our perspective. As it transits, the planet blocks a tiny fraction of the star's light, causing a slight dimming effect. By observing these minuscule changes in starlight, scientists can identify the presence of a planet, its size, and even its orbital period. Now this is where our journey gets even more fascinating. Once we know a planet is there, we need to find out what it's made of. Welcome to the world of spectroscopy, a powerful tool that allows us to break down the light into its constituent colors, much like a prism creating a rainbow. Each element in the universe has a unique spectral fingerprint, and by studying these fingerprints in the starlight, we can detect the presence of certain elements and compounds in the planet's atmosphere. So, how does this all relate to K2-18b? Well, in 2015, using the transit method, astronomers first spotted this intriguing world. They noticed a slight dimming of its parent star's light every 33 days, revealing the presence of a planet. Then in 2019, using the Hubble Space Telescope and the power of spectroscopy, they detected water vapor in the planet's atmosphere. And just like that, we discovered a water world over 100 light-years away. Isn't it amazing what we can discover from so far away? But I know what you're thinking. Can we live there? So, could we pack our bags and move to K2-18b? Well, it's not that simple. Let's talk about the concept of the habitable zone, also known as the Goldilocks zone. This is the area around a star where conditions might be just right, not too hot, not too cold, for liquid water to exist on the surface of a planet. And as we know, where there's water, there's the potential for life. Now, where does K2-18b fit into this? Well, it sits comfortably within the habitable zone of its star, K2-18. This makes it one of the few known exoplanets with both water and temperatures that could potentially sustain life as we know it. Sounds promising, right? But here's where things get a bit tricky. K2-18b is a super-Earth, about twice the size and 8 times the mass of our home planet. This could mean extreme pressure conditions, maybe even intense enough to turn water into exotic forms we can't even comprehend. It's also much colder than Earth, with temperatures that could plunge to around minus 100 degrees Celsius. Brrr! Not exactly beach weather. So what about life? Could there be space fish swimming in the alien oceans of K2-18b? Perhaps. But any life that might exist there would have to be incredibly resilient, able to withstand the extreme pressure and temperatures. It would certainly be very different from life as we know it. But you know what's exciting? Even if K2-18b isn't teeming with alien fish, it's still teaching us so much. It's showing us that water-rich planets can exist in the habitable zones of other stars. It's broadening our understanding of where life could potentially exist, and it's opening our eyes to the incredible diversity of worlds out there in the cosmos. So while K2-18b might not be our next vacation spot, it's still a fascinating world that's teaching us so much about the universe. So that's K2-18b, a world of endless ocean and endless possibilities. Today, we've journeyed together to a planet that's completely covered in water, a world that's 8 times the mass of our own Earth, and yet, so far away it takes light itself nearly 110 years to reach us. This is K2-18b, a celestial body that's as mysterious as it is fascinating. We've talked about how this water world was discovered, how astronomers using the Hubble Space Telescope detected water vapor in the planet's atmosphere. This was a significant discovery, as K2-18b is the only known exoplanet to have both water in its atmosphere and temperatures that could sustain life as we know it. We've also delved into the concept of the habitable zone, or the Goldilocks zone, as it's often called. This is the area around a star where it's not too hot, not too cold, but just right for liquid water to exist on the surface of a planet. K2-18b falls right into this zone, making it a potential candidate in the search for extraterrestrial life. But what does the future hold for K2-18b? What secrets might it still be hiding? As technology advances, we'll be able to learn more about this intriguing planet. Will we find signs of life, or will we discover that K2-18b is a world unlike anything we've ever imagined? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, K2-18b is a vivid reminder of the vastness and diversity of the universe we live in, and how much we still have to explore and understand. Thank you for joining us on this journey to K2-18b. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting explorations of the universe. Until next time, keep looking up.